Yo, let's do a little point of interest ride, you know what I'm saying? Up, down. All right. And the ride begins. So, man, been having this thing roughly, I think I'm just making it to 2 months. Just making it to 2 months, you know. My GoPro was acting funny early in the day, so as I looked at it, I noticed that the battery wasn't charged, so I had to let it charge and had to reschedule this little ride. My point of interest, I forgot how many miles I was going on to this ride, but I'm talking, this was a ride, man. This was a ride. I don't have any too many edits into this clip, but just wanted to take a little time out and talk about that V13, what I've been thinking about it. Have I been liking it? Do I like how it handles? You know, do I like traveling on it? Those little things, you know. So let's get started into it. So, man, when I first got this thing, it had to have been one of the scariest things I've owned. It's something I've always wanted, but I'm talking the weight of it, and watching people crashing on this thing is like crazy. So I always kept that in my mind. And every ride that I go on to, you know, I think of like a possible crash that could happen, you know. But that just helps me. It don't keep me scared, you know. It just helps me to keep it in the back of my mind, just to be cautious, just to really be cautious. Like going through all of this, took me a little while to learn how to get used to these different terrains, you know. So I wanted to roll all the way on the south side of Lafayette. Sadly, my battery died when I got to the south side. My point of interest was Target. It wasn't to go to Target. It wasn't to shop at Target or any of that. It was literally just to make it to that parking lot. I made it. And to be honest to you, I believe I made it to Target in less than 30 minutes. Less than 30 minutes on this thing. And on my way there, I just took little cutoffs. To kind of cruise and catch new little spots, you know. My personal opinion, I got it to ride on the street. Trail riding with it is awesome. Love trail riding with it. Only done trail riding with this thing just one time. And I wouldn't have considered it true trail riding because it was so short, you know, but it was an awesome experience, you know. As you can see, Lafayette roads are not the greatest, but it took me probably the first month to get used to these roads, you know, different terrains and going on and off grass. This section here, it sounds like I got bolts like clinking and all that, but no, I seen a guy riding a bicycle, and this dude was moving. It looked like he was going about 40 miles an hour on a bicycle. So I was cruising behind him, you know, and he didn't know I was behind him, but I'll pass him up in about a minute, if I'm not mistaken. You know, there was a point in time where I accidentally turned off that DRL light in the front, and I thought I had an issue with this EUC, and it was not that at all. I hopped into a little chat group, and they told me, hey, go into your DRL settings, and man, good thing I did. I noticed real quick I could turn it on and turn it off. I love the halo look onto it at night. There's times where I don't need the full high beam, you know, because I have enough street light, and the halo light is perfect. Look at it. Wait for it. I'm like, man, this dude going fast, bro. You going fast. That boy was moving on that thing. I absolutely love pivoting and turning on this thing. I mean, like going from sidewalk to street to sidewalk, and also holding that old gimbal in my hand. That's a skill in itself. because I have to pay attention to distributing my weight. Like really distributing my weight. If I'm off on my weight, then it causes the wobbles. Speaking on the wobbles, man, the wobbles took me a nice little while to get down to where if it starts wobbling, where to tense, where to relax, what to do. At first, I was like, okay, to stop these wobbles, I just gotta center my body and drop my knees. But it's more than that, I kind of kick my calves inward and lock my calves in, and that helps stop the wobbles and counters the wobbles. Also squatting, to be honest to you peeps, your boy feel like Sonic Hedgehog, and I am rolling, man. So much fun, so much fun. A lot of people are interested. People, if you see this video and you see me rolling, I try not to ignore anybody, but I do have music playing in my ears at all times, and it's blaring. I don't like riding quiet, I used to stunt ride. If you scroll down to my videos, you'll see my stunt riding videos. Love stunt riding, loved it so much, but I gotta say by far, this beats that. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. In my personal opinion, this beats stunt riding. And the only reason I say that is because, stunt riding it just involved with getting tickets and, having to mess with the cops if you're not moving correctly, it's awesome. I learned a lot stunt riding, but this is where I'm at today. I've been seeing EUC, seeing people riding them, and I'm like, man, I would like to get one. There's this awesome group of people in Lafayette that ride one wheels, and amazing group. They are locked in, and I was going to purchase a one wheel. I was going to do it, but when I saw the price difference, I was like, and for one, when I saw the price difference, is what pushed me to go towards the unicycle, and I have unicycle riding experience. I always loved the unicycle, but make no mistake, this is nothing like a pedal unicycle. By far, it's nothing like a pedal unicycle. But look at this. Look at how I'm just turning and cruising. Literally, just turning and cruising. It is so awesome. Tight turns. I was debating on going here, and then at the last second I was like, let me go here for a second. This is my nice little practice spot where I practice my figure eights. All of this movement right here actually helps me so much with when I'm rolling fast. Even a little 1 foot up thingy that I'm doing right here, it helps me with learning how to counter, turn and pivot, man. So I had to do this little thing right quick just to get it started. This is still the beginning of the ride, the very far beginning of the ride. Just hop on, hop off Lafayette. That's where I reside. Very awesome people in Lafayette. There's one other guy that I know that's in Lafayette so far that has EUC. There might be more to get them, but I'm not sure. I'm not too sure. It is an expensive hobby. When I ordered the EUC, I ordered the gloves, I ordered the knee pads, the shin pads, the boots, and the helmet, because I do not want to be having no road rash if I fall. The sidewalk. We got to talk about the sidewalk. I mean, I have never enjoyed riding something on the sidewalk as much as having this EUC, and then going from grass to cement and back to grass, and I was like, oh, can't go here, wait, let me jump this and hit him with a bop. Just being able to do stuff like that, it's like pure road freedom, pure road freedom. Another thing, a lot of people may not understand how this thing stops. If you're in the surrounding area of where I am from, I would like for you to know the way you stop it is similar to the closest thing I can compare that everybody has written onto was the hoverboard. Like literally. You know, think of this as a hoverboard on turbo. This thing is fast. Then I learned how to sit down and ride. That was another thing in itself, because one point I thought I got confident, and I believe that I could have just dropped straight to sit down, while I accidentally wobbled and it almost slipped from underneath me, and I almost caused a crash from that. So I had to humble myself and slow it down just a little bit and learn to drop down and sit, and then learn the speed while sitting. The awesome thing about sitting versus standing, I've got to say this. When you're sitting, you can go super fast, but your stopping distance is, you gotta start slowing down 2 times faster than what you are while standing. Now, when you're standing, you run into wobbles. You run into wobbles very easily, but your stopping distance is like, you can stop on a dime and stop very fast, you know? But hey, there's ups and downs with everything with this, you know? Also, just jumping speed things. I rode with a guy. This dude was rolling so fast, I forgot his name. He was an awesome guy. And he was like, dude, you can just jump these speed bumps. And ever since I seen this guy jump them this dude jumped the speed bump. Well, I'm going to learn that. And I got it. I got it, you know? So it's just awesome. It does attract a lot of eyes. This requires so much head awareness. Like, you have to keep your head on a swivel. I stay on the sidewalk, so I don't have to swivel so much on my head. But like, no matter what, I'm talking, when I see a car, I have to make sure the driver sees me. I don't just keep going, because there were people that were pulling out and their head was to the right and I was coming on their left hand side. What do? I slow down and come to a stop until I see them seeing me. You see me, I see you. And then I can give them a hand gesture, and then we kind of go from there, you know? Here I'm just jumping sidewalk. Don't get too crazy. I'm not a guy that do strenuous illegal stuff, you know? But this area here is around by UL. Love traveling here. There's a sidewalk that I always get onto that helps me kind of go uphill. You'll see it come up in a second, you know. The suspension is awesome. I mean, it's really awesome once you get used to it. Man, it's so awesome, but it takes time. Watch the little bump. Watch me go up. And bop. I always say bop every time I go up that bump. You know, there's a point in this route where the road starts getting new for me. I've never rode on this road, which is Johnson Street, the bicycle lane, after Gilbert, you know. So I just kind of take my time with it, and it went so well. I kind of surprised myself, because there were bumps, but I had to swivel around those bumps, and due to the practices that I've done, the experience was just nice, you know. So it's just awesome, and I have not fallen yet. I always say yet because there's always a possibility of a fall. I just have not fallen yet. I would love to be prepped. There's nothing wrong with being prepped for just in case. I've watched people fall, and I'm like, man, I would hate to fall on this thing, but there's a possibility. This EUC has not powered off on me while rolling. Has not powered off on me at all. You know, tracks my miles awesome. Really tracks my miles awesome. You know, but like I said, this ride is my furthest ride so far. I really enjoy it. I'm at the Blackham Coliseum. I love this sidewalk, you know. But I have to be careful, be mindful of people. Today, on this day, there was not anybody on that sidewalk, thankfully, you know. But I still just have to be mindful. I don't know what people are thinking when I'm rolling on this thing. But if you know me, Put it in the comments of like your thoughts when you see me rolling through. Like, what do you believe? Do you think it's cool? Do you think I'm doing something strenuous? You know, I would love to know. I would love to get an outside point of view. Um, if you ever see me and you would like to have any questions, I like to talk. I'm not a mean person. I enjoy talking to everybody. Just be mindful that if I don't hear you, I have music in my ears. I do not want to come off as being rude. I don't. I'm open to letting people try it if you would like to try it, but just understand that if you get on this thing and you happen to, you know, get hurt behind cockiness, I'll help, but you can really get hurt on it, you know. So I just take my time. I'm not wearing all this gear for nothing. I promise you that, you know. But man, just zooming in and out through these parking lots, you know, zooming in and out, hopping onto that bike lane. I'm slowly keeping up with traffic. I can't really keep up with traffic too much, but if I'm on the road, it's good to know that I can. For if the sidewalk is not a good area for me to ride onto at the moment, there were times on this ride I had to hop into traffic for a second. It wasn't that long. It was for a split second, then I got right off, you know. But man, I'm not sure if I'll make a ride like this again, but I just really wanted to have the GoPro for this experience, you know. Even if it would have been the one and only time I've done it, I just enjoyed myself so much. I will say this: Lafayette has some of the best looking spots, some of the best looking homes. You know, they were having a car meet. They were having a car meet at the Cycle Gear on Johnson Street. That's awesome. They always either a car meet or a car show. Either which way, those vehicles look nice. I thought that was really awesome. You know, shout out to Cycle Gear, bro. Cycle Gear. When I was stunt riding, they supplied me with a lot of my gloves, a lot of my equipment, a lot of my racks, you know. Man, shout out to Cycle Gear. Gotta love some Mel's Diner too, you know. So this park that's across the street, I would have went to that park. It's Monkus Park. I would have definitely went to it. But it's so many kids there that I do not want to be riding too much around kids and around people. I have to be mindful, you know. Look at me go, bro. Look at me. I'm just kind of keeping up with that traffic per accident, you know. I think they were just slowing down, but I'm not too sure. But just standing to that bike lane is just so awesome. I think at this point I'm kind of about halfway of my full ride, you know. Target's looking pretty close. It's looking pretty close. It's just, man. And it was the perfect day to do this type of ride, you know, like the perfect day. I love being able to hop off, go straight to the grass. I'm jumping off of stuff, just woohoo, you know. Boom, boom. I'm purposely jumping over stuff just to see how it's gonna handle, and it's just holding up amazing, you know. Love it. I love it. To be honest to you, all right, one thing we could talk about, the amount of weight I have lost since I had this thing. It does not feel like I'm working out at all when I'm riding this thing. I mean, I'm having so much fun, but I've lost 20 pounds in the past 2 months, which is crazy. It's crazy, you know. But man, I gotta say, everything about this thing is just so fun, you know. Just so fun. The look of it, the design. I do have plans on getting different pads, like the shin pads at the bottom. I'm just not sure which ones I'll go with yet. If y'all want to just put a comment in the box of let me know what do y'all think that would be best to go with. The pads are not cheap, but that's okay. I do want to make this thing stick out a little more, you know. I'm a person that loves loud colors, love different colors, you know, something a little different. So right here I'm just focusing on trying to get into the parking lot. Love this parking lot. This parking lot is super smooth, you know. Parking lot is super smooth. Love rolling through it. Took me a while to learn how to turn in a fast pace. Shout out to the worker at Politics that was standing up outside just watching. He was like, go, go. But there's a local skate park. I had to stop there for a second. Just real quick. Couldn't stay long though. Kids. And I'm not good at jumping ramps, but I'll tell you what though. They sure stepped back as if I was gonna jump those ramps. I wasn't going to jump no ramp. I'm not ready for that yet. But the guy I rode with about a month ago, he jumped the ramp clean, and I was like, dude. He was like, just trust in the wheel, bro. I'm like, I don't think I was ready to trust in myself yet at the time, But look, peeps, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up with my voice for now. I'm gonna wrap up with my voice. I hope that y'all enjoy it, Man. And if there's anybody else in the Lafayette area that has an electric unicycle that rides, that's not really out there like that, and see this video, man, send me a message. I'll drop it in the comments, and maybe we can link up and just do a little bit of riding sometime. I enjoy riding with people. Definitely enjoy riding with people. Enjoy riding with anybody. I also have my bicycle, so any of the bicycle riders out there, hit me up. I love riding wheelies on the bike. This is just my bicycle is my other way of a one wheel, I guess you can say, But enjoy your day, peeps. Enjoy life. Stay happy. Stay motivated. Don't stop. Until next video, peeps. Until next video. I just thought I'd stop by. That's nice, man.